Hello, my name is David Jenkins. See this publication as a reference book helping you to improve your project outcomes by collaborating in a digital world. The book is designed to be open and act as your guidebook. Simply flip between the pages and deliver amazing project, meetings and workshops. The layout is deliberately clean and consistent throughout. It's easy on the eye, visual with lots of white space. Each page is a blend of text, quotes, and cartoons describing insights. The book also comes with useful and practical resources. There are 100 method cards describing how to plan and collaborate digitally, as well as 150 cards describing common topics of conversations necessary for project success. Simply scan the QR codes from within the book to download these resources. The book shares results of my investigation into why we collaborate and the threats and rewards faced by our teams. It's built from real data, face-to-face interviews, surveys, and analysis of hundreds of project meetings and workshops. The book has 3 parts: why collaborate, how to collaborate, and what is collaboration. Part 1 reflects on other people's collaboration experiences. These stories were captured as part of 60 interviews across 17 industry sectors. Analysing these stories helped us to construct what we call the collaboration DNA. In fact, collaboration is part of our DNA and is driven by nature, emotions, personal connections, interactions, and human evolution. Part 1 has over 125 collaboration stories of people's first-hand experience working in teams. And within each theme, there are 25 personal stories of why we collaborate. There are also an additional 100 stories spread throughout Part 2 and 3 of this book. Read Part 1 to be inspired and to learn about the psychology of why people want to interact. Use this insight to understand why engaging people is important and powerful. And be sure to take this understanding into your next project, meetings, or workshops. Mobilising people's overwhelming desire to connect and contribute. Part 2 explains how to collaborate in the digital world. It explains how to make your projects, meetings, and workshops meaningful and productive. It introduces a collaboration campaign approach to your work, as well as recommending virtual mantras and collaboration essentials. Campaign interactions, timelines, threats, rewards, and obstacles are also fully explored. Simply download the 100 method cards to start planning and delivering amazing meetings and workshops digitally. The future of project collaborations is digital, where we use our digital devices to communicate and interact. We do it now, interacting seamlessly across the globe using online meetings, platforms like Zoom, digital whiteboards like Miro, and team chat rooms like WhatsApp. Our research has taught us the future of project collaboration will be campaign-based, where a campaign is a series of short interactions or meetings spaced over time. A campaign approach has many benefits when compared to a single meeting or workshop. A campaign takes people on a journey, increasing their commitment over time. It's easier to arrange and, importantly, provides people time to reflect and develop better solutions. We have learned campaign interactions or meetings can be virtual, hybrid, face-to-face, or a combination of all 3. We have also observed that best campaigns are guided by principles, or what we call virtual mantras. These help to set standards for our behaviours and attitudes. For example, during a campaign, always work in parallel to maximise collaboration. Over-prepare and over-prepare and over-prepare. Treat a campaign like a series of sprints. Be visual in everything you do and change your game to be on top of your game. We have seen successful project teams make these mantras part of day-to-day thinking. Furthermore, a successful project campaign is underpinned by what we call collaboration essentials. These essentials are the first step to collaborating in a virtual world. You will need to foster a digital mindset, apply facilitation to all your meetings, and use a virtual whiteboard to encourage creativity. Make these essentials integral to your team's efforts. Now, choosing how to interact within a project campaign is an important consideration. For example, will people interact virtually, hybrid, face-to-face, or a combination of all three? This decision is driven by stakeholder diversity, the number of participants, and their location. For example, a project with 20 diverse stakeholders who are located across the world would typically be a virtual campaign. It's easier to arrange, people don't have to travel, they simply dial in and contribute. In contrast, a project with 10 stakeholders located within the same country could be a hybrid. A project campaign is typically spaced over several weeks, not too long so people forget the content, or too short so they can't attend. Space between sessions allows people to reflect, creating new insights into the problem. It also allows each session's output to drive the next session's focus. A campaign typically involves a kick-off session, working sessions, and an alignment or closeout session. These sessions can be virtual, hybrid, or remote. The number of sessions depends on the project scope. The more scope, the more collaboration, the more sessions. Collaboration comes with both rewards and threats. For example, we can grow and develop with the best and most diverse people in the world. While in contrast, we are being forced to confront unknowns and deal with technology. To live in a project campaign, your goal will always be to maximise the rewards and manage the threats people will experience. Our collaboration training program also revealed obstacles around moving our project collaboration into a virtual world. It became clear you must aspire to foster an environment where people have the right skills to confidently work virtually. Become competent in the virtual collaboration to show what is possible. Acknowledge people's mental and physical circumstances when collaborating virtually, and commit time and effort to learn new skills. Read part 2 to build confidence and competence in working in the digital world. Adopt a digital mindset and look for opportunities. Embrace a campaign approach to improve your projects, meetings, and workshops. Celebrate and be motivated by the rewards while engaging and confronting the threats. So take your work to a new level of productivity and connection with others. And don't miss your chance to be magnificent. Part 3 provides an approach to defining the collaboration purpose. It examines collaboration scope and success, while explaining the team success formula and delivery model. The team self-assessment framework and mind map are introduced as a tool to identify conversations that will form the basis of a successful campaign. Underpinning this framework are 150 method cards, describing common topics of conversations necessary for project success. Remember, simply scan the QR codes from within the book to download these materials. The scope describes what the collaboration is trying to achieve. It helps to set boundaries by confirming what's in and out of a campaign. For example, will the campaign produce ideas, alignment, connections, engagement, results, or a combination of all these outcomes? Collaboration and team success have always been built on conversations. Conversations are part of our human design and essential to our survival. The team success formula describes the relationship between the various types of conversations required for a successful project. The facilitation work describes the planning and delivery of meaningful conversations. The formula shows that effective facilitation fosters openness around the technical work and acceptance work. Now, this openness work allows people to think differently and look for better solutions. The facilitation work also builds acceptance of the technical work in people's hearts and minds. Collaboration and team success require we facilitate open, productive, and meaningful conversations. And a successful campaign demands we include all 4 types of conversations, where facilitation brings the best out of people, openness goes beyond the obvious, technical work delivers tangible outputs, and acceptance establishes urgency and commitment. Collaboration and team success also requires us to consistently shift focus according to the project stage. The diagram shows the ebb and flows of focus for each of the 4 conversation types of the success formula. At the beginning of a project, it's all about acceptance conversations. Then openness work ramps up to drive the technical work with its increased focus throughout the middle stages. Then towards the end, the focus must shift back to acceptance to ensure strong ownership and acceptance of outcomes. To help us, team success scenarios can be applied to give us the appropriate mix at the right time and can be used along the project journey. The diagram shows how 5 scenarios have been used in a project. An alignment session occurs early in a project to build a common understanding around the project objectives and how the team will work together. This is the time when acceptance needs to be high. As the technical focus ramps up, it's best to run an opportunity framing session, which is designed to identify a number of viable options that will be investigated within the project. Then a technical scoping session is run to confirm the project scope, assign resources, and identify any critical interfaces. At the peak of the technical focus, a risk review is completed to identify the major risks to the project. As the project is nearing its end, the collaboration focus shifts back to acceptance. So a project review with your sponsor is done, which enables you to seek endorsement. Note, facilitation remains constant throughout the project. However, openness, technical work, and acceptance shift in focus as the project progresses. The success framework brings all these discussions on scope together. At its core is the success formula, representing the 4 conversation types: facilitation, openness, technical, and acceptance work, and of course their relationship. Now, flowing out of the success formula are 8 elements describing possible conversations. The conversations begin with facilitation work and being organised, followed by openness work designed to foster a growth mindset and inspiration and ideation. Next, there is the technical conversations around projects and improvement. And finally, the acceptance work focused on building ownership and affinity. The success framework and its 8 elements provide a framework to begin the important collaboration conversations. Now, within the book, all 8 elements are further expanded, describing their individual intents and sub-elements. The element method card is also shown, prompting you to reflect and score your team's overall maturity. Each element is further defined, describing conversations successful collaborators have and the common mistakes they make. Tools are listed to help facilitate these important conversations. And these tools are also available as method cards. This clip shows how easy it is to select method cards from each topic to ensure a balanced delivery. There are more than 150 conversation tools, each describing its purpose, benefits, and use to ensure team conversations are productive and meaningful. These method cards can be mixed and matched to form the scope of a collaboration campaign. Now read part 3 to fully understand collaboration and team success. Take the self-assessment to identify your personal or team strengths and weaknesses, and transfer these scores onto the success profile to identify which elements require work. Then design a collaboration campaign using the relevant method cards to have these important conversations. If you would like to learn more about this book and many other practical tools, simply reach out to me at trihelix.com.au.